And we now talk to OCTA Research Fellow Guido David. Good morning, Professor David. As always, thank you for joining us.
Hi, good morning, Ria.
Now, Professor, we're still in the early days of December, but can we expect the cases to continue to go down or at least just hover below the 1,000 mark in the coming days?
Well, Ria, the good news so far is that the cases did decrease below 1,000, and they, in fact, decreased below 500. So our 7-day average in the country is below 500 now, as we predicted. And in Metro Manila, the 7-day average is now down to about 120 cases per day. So these are very, very good numbers. We're not seeing any hotspots. We expect that the cases will either continue to decrease or possibly plateau at some level. Last year, it plateaued at around 2,000 cases per day in the country. Perhaps it might plateau at somewhere below 500 because, well, of course, we're expecting an increase in mobility during the holidays, more social gatherings. So it may plateau at some point, which is not bad. But of course, the biggest threat that we are looking at right now is possibly the threat of the Omicron variant.
All right, before we get to Omicron, in our reporting earlier, we mentioned that there is a lower testing output, and Yusek Vergere herself said that she would like to actually increase that so we can keep a better eye on what exactly is going on. What's the reason for this decreased lab output or testing output?
Well, actually, we always encourage an increase in testing output. But as of a few days ago, the 7-day average in testing in the whole country was 32,700. And last year at this time, same time last year, the testing output was 31,700. So actually testing output right now is higher compared to last year at this time. I mean, that's not a reason not to increase testing output, but I'm just saying that I do believe that we are actually testing a sufficient number of people. Our positivity rate in the entire country is down to about 2%. And for NCR, it's almost down to 1%. It's about 1.2%. So the positivity rate shows that even with a lower testing, we're actually just really not finding new cases because of the low positivity rate. And I believe, of course, the local governments are on top of this. They are testing. I mean, I hope they are still testing. And well, like I said, we support the recommendation to have more testing, but I personally think that testing output is fine as it is.
All right. Okay, everybody's got their eyes on the Omicron variant. We are keeping a close watch on that. Professor, what is the worst case scenario if this variant is detected in the country? How will this affect our current situation or even our holiday plans?
Well, our holiday is probably relatively safe considering it's the first week of December and we're still having low numbers. If we do have a surge, it will likely happen sometime around January. Yeah, we are monitoring this closely. And what we're seeing so far, based on limited information, is that there is a surge ongoing in South Africa, fueled primarily by the Omicron variant. So I don't think we could dispute that there's an increase in cases in South Africa because a few weeks ago, the average there was around 300 cases per day, which is like around the average that we're seeing right now. But right now they're averaging 4,000 cases. So in just about 2 weeks, it bumped up from 300 to 4,000. So it could happen to us. We won't be threatened if we have 4,000 cases. But of course, the threat is the increasing number of cases. And yeah, and also right now, based on limited information, most of the cases in South Africa are mild, but experts caution that it is too early to make any conclusions regarding the severity of cases because usually cases start out mild, but they may progress to a more severe type of infection. But we would have to wait for that kind of data.
That's right. Quite a bit more waiting to happen there. But thank you so much for your time this morning, OCTA Research Fellow Guido David.